potentially what level you feel that this group can get to as well, what indication it gives of the level they can get to, whilst recognising obviously you'll lose Andy Robertson and Mo and so on.
Oh, you have a lot of questions in one. I think we made a lot of progression compared to last week. I have to give a lot of credits to the players, how hard they worked. I have to give a lot of credits to our fans, how they helped us tonight to execute our game plan. And that means if we have a high press, it's so helpful if there are fans behind you to keep on pushing you. That's what they did. Unfortunately, it's one of the many examples of this season where we weren't able to score from the many chances we had. Again, we were so far underperforming in terms of XG. And that is just an ongoing thing with us throughout the whole season. And add to that, as it seems to be a bad injury, we don't know sure yet. Add to that another intervention of the VAR, which went not in our favor. And that's also not for the first time this season. Then, of course, we are very disappointed because I think there were parts in the second half where you could just feel if we can score now, this is going to become a special night. And but the future looks very bright for this team, for this club, because we've shown that we can compete with the champions of Europe in our stadium. To be the dominant team, not many teams can be dominant against Paris Saint-Germain and generate so many chances as we did. But yeah, chances is one thing, scoring is a second.
What do you make of that decision to overturn the penalty? Because the argument is obviously clear and obvious. Was it clear and obvious for yourself?
I think probably last week we've had too much luck. And we ran out of luck today. So last week there were also two incidents where we might have been a bit lucky. Although the first one that was overturned by the VAR, there was clearly no contact and the ball was played. The second one could have been a penalty, but if you don't give it as a referee, I don't think a VAR should overturn it. And today, in my opinion, and I've conceded a few of these penalties this season, and I could name them all for you, but starting with Brentford away and Leeds away, where yes, there is contact, but you would never give a penalty for this. But yeah, if the penalty is being given, usually VARs tell you, I see contact, so yeah, then the decision should be the on-field decision. I should support that. But yeah, I wasn't surprised. Were you? You've seen a lot of our games. You're a fan of another club in this city. So I wasn't surprised that this went against. But that's not the story of the game.
I'm surprised, given that there's contact, that it's overturned.
Yeah, me too. But not when it comes to us, because this has happened to us multiple times this season. I think it was Rodri or Bernardo Silva who said that they've been very unlucky with referees this season. I heard them saying this 1 month ago, something like that. Then I thought, oh, if you can say that, then remember the both games you played against us, how many decisions then went against us. So what does it tell about us if they already think it went against them? But it is what it is.
And you mentioned Hugo. What's the early indication? Was it an Achilles injury? And also was Joe Gomez injured when he came on?
No, he wasn't injured, but I wanted to make a different substitution, and then he said to me, I'm not convinced if I can keep sprinting. I feel a little bit, so I think it's better to go off than not to take the risk. So yeah, then I think that was my fourth or my fifth, that would have been my fourth substitution. So then to keep someone on that might get injured out was never a smart thing. So I had to change the substitution. And Hugo, yeah, I think we all saw the video and the clips. That doesn't look good. 88 minutes till tonight. We could play with Florian, Alex and Hugo. We added 27, 28 to that tonight. And I would be surprised if we can add a few more minutes to that this season. But the good thing is, Alex is back. So yeah.
This side. Which?
Yeah, sorry, on Alex, you said the good thing is that he's back. I mean, what did you make of his performance? Was he sharp enough for a game of this size, and was it a bit of a gamble? Did you sort of hoping he'd get back to his best?
No, I said before the game that if you go to extra time and you play in the second half and he plays 45 minutes, there's only 2 minutes in between before extra time comes up for half an hour. And I don't think that was realistic, but to play him 45 and let's see at halftime how he feels to add 5 to 10 minutes to that was a possibility for today. But because we already had to make this first substitution in the first half, I didn't want to make the second substitution 5 or 10 minutes after halftime. That's why I took him off at halftime. He was twice close to a goal, and that's why you play a striker of his level, because there was one header from a set piece, and there was one great run in behind Pacho, where he was really close to scoring, which eventually was offside. So it's good to see and to have him back, and I think he was ready. If I thought he wasn't ready, then I wouldn't have played him.
Hello, Giovanni Castelli from L'Equipe. Just a question about Hugo Ekitike. Do you know anything about the gravity of his injury? Because the image was very, very bad.
Yeah, I want to come back first to add something about Alex. I think if you compare us today with last week, I think it's fair to say that he was completely ready to play. Otherwise, you can't play a first half as we did, although the second half was even better. Yeah, Hugo looks really bad, but it's difficult for me to say how bad. I think these things are, tomorrow we will, how do you say this? Investigate this further. How bad it is for him. Let's see. That it doesn't look good, that's clear. No. I didn't see him at halftime, and after the game he was already home. Went home, so I haven't spoken to him yet. Sorry.
Arne, you've mentioned again that your team missed so many chances, which is very obvious. Do you have any explanations? Is it a lack of patience, a lack of precision, a lack of concentration? Is it like maybe too desperate to score goals? What is it about?
No, it's difficult, but one of the reasons to play Alex and Hugo is because they have proven to be goal scorers. So I don't know what it is, but it is part of our season this season. But of course, part of it is also that Alex hasn't been available, because if there's one proven goal scorer in the Premier League as a number 9 that I have in my team, it's of course Alex, who scored so many times for Newcastle. But I think if you look at the finish of Dembele, I think Rio had the same shot 2 minutes before. Very good shot, by the way, very good save of the goalkeeper. But the Ballon d'Or winner scored 2 minutes later a great goal, and that is sometimes you have to give credits to this particular player, Ousmane Dembele, who finished that chance off really well. Did he score the second one as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So,